Hi, I'm Laura and I'm a Mitra with the Bury St Edmunds Sangha. The book I've chosen to talk about is Tales of Freedom by Vessantara. This is a collection of Buddhist stories that Vessantara retells in his own way, and then he follows each story with a teaching from the Dharma that comes from each story. And Vessantara's style, as you probably know, is really clear and precise and really practical and shows you how you can apply the Dharma to your own life. There's one story in particular in the book that really stands out for me, and it's the only story that isn't from the Buddhist tradition. And it's the first story in the book, and it's about a man called Donald Crowhurst. And he was a round-the-world lone sailor who took on a challenge that was just too big for him. And rather than own up to his mistake, he lied to his family and friends, his peers, and to the world at large. He fabricated his route around the world whilst just drifting in the South Atlantic. And after months of this, the pressure became too much. And the consequences of his actions for him were devastating, because he appears to have taken his own life. Vessantara said he was deeply affected by this story, and I was as well. I couldn't get Donald Crowhurst out of my mind. And this had a really profound effect on my metta practice, particularly in the third stage, that very challenging neutral person. And when I thought about Donald Crowhurst, it really gave me some access into what the metta practice was about in relation to people that we don't know, because we really just don't know what people are going through. And actually, they're not going through anything that's that different from what we are going through. So it really started to break down that separation between self and other for me. I read the book when I didn't really know too much about the metta practice, and I probably still don't know that much about it, but I do feel that it really helped me to progress with that practice. And I really appreciate the way Vessantara unpicks each of the stories and gives us a really practical teaching for how we can apply the Dharma to our lives. But I think the thing I love most about this book are the stories themselves, because I've come to realise over the years that my way into the Dharma is through stories and myths and legends and archetypes. And this is just a perfect introduction to the Dharma for somebody who's new to Buddhism. And I'm just really grateful that Vessantara has retold these stories and brought them all to a modern audience.